So I want to start off this video with a Bible verse. So if you guys can please listen carefully. Proverbs 18:21. So chapter 18 verse 21. The tongue has the power of life and death, and those who love it will eat its fruit. Now, remember that verse, all right? Well, you don't have to memorize it, but just remember what I just said. The tongue has the power of life and death, and and those who love it will eat its fruit. So now I can tell a story. Maybe like a week or two ago. No, it was the Super Bowl. It was Super Bowl Sunday. So, uh, I don't know what today's date is, but it was like last week or week in a couple of days. Super Bowl Sunday, my brother comes over, and his friend comes over too, and we're just like talking, while the commercials are happening. We're just talking. I know we shouldn't be talking while the commercials, because the commercials are funny, but we're just talking. And my brother's friend has some red Air Force Ones. So basically, if you guys don't know what Air Force Ones, just Google it. But he had some red Air Force Ones, and I was like, man, those are some nice shoes. I was like, I want some all white ones. I want a pair to keep clean, and then a pair to just wear whenever. And I was also talking to my brother. I was like, yeah, man, I just want a like an all white pairs of. I want all my shoes to be all white, like all of them. He said, like, you want all your shoes to be white. You don't want any other like black shoes, like whatever. Like, you don't want to like mix it up. I was like, no, like there's some odd reason. There's like an odd like thing in me that wants to like have all white shoes. Like, I just want like all my shoes to be white because they match with everything. I don't know, I'm just different. You guys can tell that I'm different. I'm unique in some ways, and I don't like right now. Currently, I don't have all white shoes. I just have like different color shoes. But at some point, I think I'm gonna get all white shoes. Anyways, I was telling him how I want some Air Force Ones. I want them all white, and I want two pairs. He's like, and then he was talking to me about, because he loves Adidas, and Air Force Ones are not Adidas or Nikes. He's like, man, you should get the all white, shell toes Adidas, and you should get the ones with the black shell toe on the shoe. And I was like, nah. I was like, I just told you I want all white shoes. So why would I get shell toes, Adidas shell toes with the black shell toe? Like, I'd rather just have it all white. He's like, oh, but what about like the superstars, like the ones with the all white shell toe, but then they have like the black stripes. I was like, yeah. I was like, I really want those shoes. And then he was like, yeah. He was like, maybe we can get you a pair. I was like, yeah, man. Like, maybe we can get me a pair. A couple of days later, I'm going to the gym, and my friend that I go to the gym with, he was like, "Yo, I'm selling." He's like, "I have to leave early," or like, I don't know what the conversation came about, but he's like, "Oh, I have to leave. I have to leave the gym or something." Like, he's like, "I have to go sell some shoes to this guy on like Facebook Marketplace or OfferUp. I don't know." I was like, "Hey man, what shoes are you selling?" He's like, "Oh, I'm selling. I had some shoes in my closet that I never wore." He's like, they just been sitting there. I just want to sell them. I was like, what size are they? He's like, oh, they're 10 and a half, which is my size. And he's like, oh, they're like some Adidas shoes. They're like the superstars. I'm like, with the with the black stripes and then the white shell toes. He's like, yeah, man. I was like, bro. I was just talking to my brother about wanting those shoes. I was like, damn. I was like, you already gonna sell it to them? And he's like, yeah, I'm already gonna sell it to him. Like, I'm heading that way after the gym or whatever to sell it to him. I was like, all right. I was like, man. I was like, eventually I'm gonna get those pairs of shoes. And then a couple days later, me and him hung out again, my friend, and I get into his car, and I see the shoes right next to me. I was like, bro, you didn't sell the shoes? He's like, nah, man, like he didn't get back to me. And then we were hanging out that day, and he's like, hey, bro, like if he doesn't reach back to me tonight, he's like, I'll give them to you. Proverbs chapter 18, verse 21. The tongue has the power of life and death, and those who love it will eat its fruit. I verbally told my brother I wanted those shoes. God works in the best ways possible. Yeah, it's just like a small like little example, and people could say coincidence, but God is the God of coincidence. See, there's no coincidence. God is just placing things in our lives for a reason. And he just showed me this lesson, and he was like, yo, you have to let them know that they have the power. I gave them this power. They have the power of life and death with their tongue. They can speak life or they can speak death. But whatever they choose to love, they will eat its fruit. So if you are behind, so let's say, like, for example, with this shoe example, I loved the fact that I wanted those shoes, and God gave me those shoes. He said, here's the shoes that you wanted. And then in the same sense, because it says life and death, if I'm telling myself, man, I'm never going to be good enough, and I believe that, I love that idea that I'm never going to be good enough, I'm never going to be good enough, because God gave me the power to speak life and death. So now that you know that you have this power, please be cognizant, be aware of what you're saying out loud, because God gave you this power to speak life and death. So choose wisely what you are saying, because you can reap the benefits, you can eat the fruit of life, or you can eat the fruit of death. And that's up to you. So I'm here to tell you that God gave you this power, use it, but use it wisely. Because if you keep on telling yourself that you're not worthy, that you're always going to be lonely, that you're not going to be successful, that you're not going to get this job, that I'm always going to look this way, I'm never going to look the way I want, you're going to eat that fruit. But if you're telling yourself that I am going to be successful, I am going to get this job, I am going to go travel to this place, I am going to start this business, I am going to, pass this class, you can eat that fruit too. And I'm pretty sure that tastes way better than the death fruit. I hope, guys, you guys get the point. But I thought it was neat, and I appreciate every single one of you guys that made it this far, and I love all of you guys that are clicking this video, watching to the end, and liking this video. Like, you guys mean a lot to me, and I can't wait to see you guys in the next video. Right? Peace.